Hello everyone. This week's 5-minute tip is a continuation from last week where we started a 4-part series entitled Keeping the Seats Full in Your Classrooms. Last week, part 1 focused on dealing with millennial parents. And this week in part 2, we will focus on admissions. A family has moved into the area and unfamiliar with everything. Who are my neighbors? Where do I buy food? Oh my, where are my children going to go to school? Nerve-wracking experience, to say the least. Even if a family is a native to the area, but they have their first child entering school age, or maybe they just had an issue at their current school and need to find something else. Either way, finding a new school is hard. The admissions counselor at your school is key. Let me say that again. The admissions person at your school is key, a major influence around enrollment. Some schools have a designated admissions counselor and others have various principals or even a head of school that act in that position. As a head of school for 16 years, I met with every family that wanted to enroll. Yes, it took a ton of time, but I thought it was important for me to meet and get to know each new student before the year began. I understand that some schools are way too big for that, but I do think a principal should at least spend a few minutes with incoming students and their parents in addition to the admissions person. That admissions person is often the first face of the school that a new family will see. That first interaction could play the biggest role in whether they attend your school or not. And certainly the next several interactions after that are vitally important as well. Remember, they are probably not looking at your school only. They're checking out the local public school and all the other Christian schools around the area. Why should they choose your school? Well, hopefully, of course, you are offering a distinctly biblical worldview education with top-notch academics and, of course, a well-rounded extracurricular program. And hopefully a welcoming atmosphere right from the start. Wasn't that the way Jesus worked? Kind, compassionate, caring, welcoming? Aren't we supposed to be striving to be like Christ? Once again, the admissions person is key. They are the initial face of the school to a new family. And yes, depending on the school, they may not be that key person later on as they jump into the school year, but at the beginning, the admissions person is it. So we're going to take a few minutes to examine 5 key characteristics of an excellent admissions person and then conclude with 5 key action items that you can do to keep seats full in your classrooms. First of all, smile. Yes, smile a lot. Admissions personnel must be friendly, helpful, and kind. If they are not, train them. If they still struggle with being overly friendly, helpful, and kind, they are probably in the wrong line of work. Second, admissions personnel must be professional in appearance. This is a sport coat or pantsuit position. This is not a jeans, t-shirt, and every odd current fashion choice position. What you wear makes a difference and does say something about your professional competence and the excellence of the school. Thirdly, over-communicate and over-remind. New families have a lot on their plates, and if they recently moved into the area, as we already said, they are dealing with a whole lot of things. It is not only okay to follow up, but is essential to your success. Every school is different in their enrollment process. If you don't follow up, you will lose multiple students per year. It is not their job to touch base with you. It is admissions' job to touch base with them. Also give status updates. Don't make the new families have to call you. It's not professional. Number 4, truly get to know the student and his or her family. Get to know as much about them as you can without being awkwardly weird. What are their likes, dislikes, favorite subjects? Where do they attend church? Do they have any special needs? Show you care by investing in them. The last key characteristic of a good admissions counselor is that they keep the focus on the needs of the student. It's not about you or me. Philippians 2, 3, and 4 reminds us that in humility, count others more significant than yourselves, and goes on to encourage us to look not only at our own interests, but more importantly at the interest of others. Great reminders. Everyone likes others to take an interest in them. New families do that as well. What are some key action items that admissions can oversee and effectively use to promote enrollment? Number 1, provide an easy to understand checklist for enrollment. Give simple step-by-step actions that parents can do to complete the admissions process. Number 2, give an informative and uplifting tour. Talk up various aspects of your school, introduce them to staff and students if you see them around, and obviously avoid any negative storytelling and ugly parts of your building. Number 3, assemble a group of top-notch current students as school ambassadors. And then set up new students with an ambassador with similar interests for their first week or 2 of the school year. This will help new students have a go-to friend during those awkward first few days of school. Number 4, set up a new student orientation before the all-student orientation. This will ease both the minds of the students and their parents before the first day of school and before those large crowds. And lastly, in the spring, oversee an open house extravaganza. Set up this open house on a free night and have the entire staff in their rooms, all the coaches, all the fine arts instructors, and both student and parent ambassadors. Have some light refreshments and make it an event. Maybe give $100 off current families' December tuition for every family that they bring to the event that actually enrolls. That incentivizes involvement and gives families a few extra bucks for Christmas presents. Give new families who enroll that evening half off the normal registration fee. It can really be a fun and unifying event for the entire school family. As you can see, admissions really does play a key role in your enrollment process. I really hope that this gave you a few ideas on how to improve that key department in your school. Thank you so much.